Okay, Dia, I need to know what's going on with the market. Is the coronavirus going to make everything crash? Is this a good time to buy? Should I wait? Is there going to be a good deal on the market soon or in the next 6 months, a year? What do you think? These are the questions I get asked pretty much all the time these days, especially for the last 6 months as we've all been adjusting to the pandemic and coronavirus. So we're going to take a little bit of time to talk about how the market is doing right now and whether or not you should think about buying, or if you're a homeowner and you're thinking about putting your house on the market, should you think about listing? So my name is Dia and I'm with Anastasi Realty, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what it looks like to manage this housing market and the coronavirus. All right, and if you like the value of what I'm sharing in this video, like, comment, share with someone that you think might like this as well. And this will be uploaded on YouTube, so share with your friends and family as well. Now, let's talk about the bad first. Let's talk about the reality of what's happened. 40 million people across the country are currently unemployed, and here in California, you're looking at close to 10 million that are unemployed. Most of that, however, has been from low-wage earning occupations. So a lot of the folks that might potentially get pre-qualified to be able to buy a home still have the opportunity to do it. So if you're thinking about buying a home, that might still be a possibility for you. Also, another part of this that is an X factor that we all have to think about is the fact that we still don't know what's going to happen with the coronavirus. We have to wait until the flu and cold season strikes, which is right upon us, to see how things play out. It's the unknown factor that even economists, other financial gurus, and folks who follow the market really can't anticipate, because we don't know how it's going to play out. So we have to watch for that and be mindful. It can totally affect the market. The other part of this we have to think about that is a part of the bad or a part of the consideration is what's happening with homeowners who are getting behind on their mortgage. A lot of folks have actually decided to take advantage of forbearance or deferment, where a lot of their payments and the interest will be tacked on at the end, or they have to take care of it in the next 5 years. So a lot of folks are taking advantage of that, and you can't blame them for that. But what it also means is you have a lot of homeowners that are also becoming delinquent on their payments. So we're starting to see that tick up. In 2018, you had homeowners as a totality, about 3% of all homeowners had a negative equity position. So what that means is if you own a home that's worth $100,000, but you owe $150,000, you're considered underwater. So only 3% of all homeowners here in the California area were considered underwater or in a negative equity position. Now that number is actually starting to climb because you have more homeowners that are delinquent on their payments, and there's an anticipation that in next year, 2021, we'll see across the United States total probably about 600,000 foreclosures, and about 60,000 or 10% of that will be here in California. But even if we do get to that number, and we're looking at about 10% of all homeowners being in foreclosure, that's still a far cry from what we saw in 2008 during the Great Recession. It was about a third. 1 out of 3 homes were hitting foreclosure at that point. What has happened since then, and this is kind of the segue to the positive part, is you have a lot of homeowners who got into the market at the right time. They bought low and they've rode the wave of appreciation, and they have a lot of equity in their home. So they have more options. They don't necessarily have to do a panic sell. They don't have to sell short. There's still a little bit of wiggle room for them. So that doesn't necessarily mean you have a lot of folks who need to just go and sell their homes. So you may not get a great deal because someone is in a bad position. Also, as a part of that, what's also good to know is there has been a rebound. If you're here in Orange County, which is where I live, you see that a lot of the hospitality, like restaurants, have actually bounced back because they've allowed outdoor dining. And now we're in the next phase of the reopening plan here in Orange County, where folks can now begin to have more occupancy, about 25% in restaurants and houses of worship and other places similar to that. So you're starting to see a tick up, and that will affect the finances, the revenue that happens for those businesses, those nonprofits, those organizations. So pay attention closely to that. Now, also, to piggyback off of that, another positive is if you are a homeowner, aside from enjoying equity and appreciation, if you put your house on the market right now, it's selling for about 99% of list price on the average. So what that means is if I put my house on the market for $100,000, which I know is impossible in Orange County, but if I put my house on the market for $100,000 as an example, I can expect at least $99,000 as the offering price as I go into escrow, which is incredible. There's not a lot of inventory. You hear that buzzword a lot too. So what that simply means is if we were to take any new houses coming onto the market off of consideration and we just work off of what is currently on the market right now, we only have about 2.5 months to 3 months, depending on what part of the city or what part of the county of Orange County you're looking in, which is really, really low. So you have a lot of high qualified buyers out there that are dying to buy a house that can't find a house that fits because there's not enough of them out there. So this is truly a seller's market, where as a seller, if you're a homeowner, you can get top dollar. So this is an opportunity for you to take advantage of it. But as a buyer, don't fret either, because this is still a good time for you to buy, even though the inventory is low. And the number one reason is the interest rates. I'm sure you hear it on the news, you've read it somewhere online, but the interest rates are historically low. Just think about this. In 1979, heading into the early 80s, you would have been paying 16% interest on buying a house. So your mom, your dad, your aunts and uncles, they were buying homes at that time, they were paying 16%, which is insane. But now it's in the low 3s. So if you're in a position where you have reserves, you're in a steady job where you've been there for a couple years, and you have the income to show a bank, to show a lender that you are a good bet, this is still a good time to buy, because you're practically getting free money on your loan, and you should jump on that. But obviously you want to make sure you're in a good position to do that. So I still believe there is something beneficial for both sellers and buyers in what's happening with the market right now. So take advantage of that. Don't lose out on that opportunity. So that's it for now. I will have more market updates like this in the coming months as things shift and change. Be on the lookout for it. I'll have this on YouTube. I'll have this on Instagram and LinkedIn and my Facebook business page. And again, thank you for taking your time to watch this video. Share it with your friends, family, and colleagues. Like it, comment, or of course, ask me any question you have. But thank you so much for your time. Please be safe. And of course, blessings as always. Take care.